understood like how we can add the values to the dictionary objects key and value, and how we can get the collection of values and how we get the collection of keys and all, right? And also we understood how we can change the name of the key. So how do we do? We say that dictionary object dot key of so and so key name, whatever the key name that you want to change, equals to new key name. So that's how you change the name of the key. So till here we discussed yesterday. Then now let me take into other one. So in case if you want to update the value, if you want to update the key name, then what we have used yesterday, say that dictionary object dot key of so and so key name equals to new key name. That's what we have used yesterday. So in case if we need to change the value of a key, now let's say for example, right now, so BAN stands for maybe Bangladesh, but assume that no, I have to update the name of the country. It's not Bangladesh, now it's a Bangkok, like that. Then if you want to update the value for a key, then what you do is, instead of using, we have used item method, right, earlier. What is the use of item method? To fetch the value from a key. So when you say that dictionary object dot item of key name, it will fetch whatever the value is currently stored in that key. It will retrieve the value of that particular key, right? So then if you want to change, then you just do one thing. Take the dictionary object dot item, again item method only, of what I am doing here, just I am giving the name of the key. So what we did with this method earlier, by using this we retrieved the value, right? We retrieved the value. But this time what I am doing here, I am just displaying the or I'm changing the value here. So item method can be used to change the value of a key or to retrieve the value from a key, same thing. But only thing is how you use that method is matter. If you use that method at left side, then we are assigning the value. When you use the method at left side, we are assigning the value. Whereas when we use that method at the right side, we are retrieving the value. Okay, so in this way we are assigning the value to that key. Whereas if you use the same thing, like so a variable equals to this, when you use this way, then you are retrieving the value and storing the value in a variable. So same method it is. Okay, now when I retrieve this time, what will be the value? Changing values and retrieving. This is initial value before we change. Here it is. This is what it's displayed. Then next, latest value. So it will update the value. Okay. So this is the use of item. Item method is used to fetch the value or to set the value into the dictionary object. Fine. Now we know how to retrieve the value, how to retrieve the collection of values, how to change the name of the key, and how to retrieve all the key names, and how to change the value in a key. We have learned, and how to add the keys and all. Right? The next thing is what we need to learn in this dictionary object is Now let's say, for example, it's Bangladesh is there. Something like that I'm adding. So what happens now? What will be the output? The key is already there, right? Then it will give an error. But sometimes, what happens is, while executing the program, I just got that country as well, so that I'm just adding a new key. But I was not aware that that key was already there in the dictionary object. So what happens is, when I try to add, I will get the error. Right? My script will end with error, saying that, okay, so that key cannot be added because of so and so issue. Then if that is the case, what I have to do is here, okay, what happens here? Instead of what we should do is, instead of directly adding a key in the program, once the keys are already added, when the dictionary object is defined, and while accessing it in the program, we are trying to add some extra keys and some extra values and all right. Before you add the key, what we need to do is, we need to verify. First, we need to verify whether that key is already present in the dictionary object or not. If that key is already present in the dictionary object, then don't add that. Just give me, instead of throwing the error, just give me a message saying that, okay, so you are trying to add a key and then that value is, the key is already present. Got what I am saying here? Now, the question is, how can we verify whether the key is exist in the dictionary object? Remember, you can't verify the values exist or not. You don't have any method, but just only key, whether the key is exist or not. Dot. Can you see something called exist method? Provide this key name. Dictionary object dot exist of key name equals to true. Equal to true. This returns true or false. If the keys exist, it returns true. If key doesn't exist, it returns false. Then if it is true, then you just say that, okay, given key is already exist. Whereas it says given keys already exist, then I'll just give like this. Now that key is not there, right, in the list, then nothing is showing because it's that key was not there, so it's added. So before you add the key in your program to the existing dictionary object, so don't add it directly. First verify whether the key is present or not. If the keys exist, then don't add it. Just give a message. Or in case if the key doesn't exist, then you are good to add. Got what I am saying here? Then now another method is count. It's a property actually, not a method, property. This method or this property is used to get the total number of keys or values. Values are direct, nothing but number of keys. Okay. So it will return the count of the values, how many values or how many keys are there in the dictionary object. I'm displaying before I add the key or after adding the key. I'm just displaying the count. How many it has to return first time? It will count 1, 2, 3. So from 6 to 14. 8. Yeah, 6 to 13. So sorry, 8, and here it should be 9. So it says 8. That means 8 keys are there total, and say 9 keys are there. Okay. So now what I have to do is, in other requirement, in case if the key is there, I need to remove that key. You got what I am saying? I need to remove the key. So delete, when you remove the key, obviously the value whatever you have stored inside that key, we should be removed automatically. Got what I am saying here? So in case if the key is already there, then remove it. When you remove the key, then the value whatever is stored inside that key, right? That value also will be removed. Then what needs to be done in this case is, in case if the key is there, this O country list, if the key is there equals to true, dot no delete. There is a method called remove. So this method is used to remove a particular key, not the value, particular key. Just give the key name. Now what I am doing, in case if the key is there, say that given keys exist, and then remove it. If it is not there, add it. Now what should be the output? What should be the output in the 5th line? What should be the output in the 24th line? 15th line 8. Okay.
The 24th also is 7.
No. Should be 7 because we are removing the key, right?
Again we are adding.
No. The adding will be done only in the else, right? Only either this or this, only one will be executed. Right? Eight, first one is removes, and 7 because that key is being removed. If you want to see that, let us see. We have got the collection, right? Keys collection. Let us display the keys, okay? So that we will see whether the okay. So I'm getting the keys collection and I'm displaying one by one key. So that time BIN should not be displayed because the BIN has been removed by this. When before it comes to here, then we are just deleting that key, and then we are getting the key collection. And see, eight, 7, then this is one by one key. It's not displayed, right? So that's what remove. It will remove the key. When the key is removed, obviously the value also will be removed. Okay. And another method is I think I don't need to say this what it means. It remove all the keys. Remove means a particular key. Remove all means all the keys. So all the values and all the keys and all the values. 8 keys are there. After this, remove all will be executed. 0. So nothing will be displayed the key name because all the keys have been removed. Remove all. So these are the methods available for a dictionary object. Okay. Now, see here, First, okay, let's understand, just summarize this, what exactly we have discussed, and then I will go to a requirement. Okay, so in interview point of view also. First thing is here, what is meant by dictionary object? To store the collection of values. Dictionary object is as like an array only, almost as like an array. But in an array, we store the values by associating to the index numbers. Whereas in dictionary object, we associate the values to the key names. We give for each value, we'll provide one unique key name. Okay, and by default, dictionary object is a single dimension. That means one key, only one value. Okay, so that means only one collection of values that you can store. But we have an alternate way, or we have a way to make it as multi-dimension. That means we have a way to store collection of multiple values also in one. You can store an array directly, or you can store another dictionary object in one key. We will see. I don't want to go to that much complex for now. Okay. Then, by default, key names are case insensitive. So if you provide a key name in a different case, even though you provide the same name, but if you provide one character also in different case, then that will be considered as a new key, and that key will be added. Right? And if you want to make it as case insensitive, then you have to change the compare mode to VB text compare. Okay, so how do we do that? Then that dictionary object dot compare mode equals to VB text compare. Okay, so VB binary, but you don't need to use that. You just comment. If you want to make it as a binary, just comment out that. You don't need to have an extra line there. Okay, that's the default one. Then this case sensitive is for only for keys, not for the values. Values it doesn't compare. Values can be duplicated where key names should not be duplicated. You can store the values. Then we have various methods available in dictionary object. One is add, to add the values, to add the key name and value. See, for add, both are mandatory inputs, key name and value. In case if there is no value for that particular key, then you can pass the empty value. At least empty value should not be null. At least empty value should be passed. That means empty double quote. You can pass. So add method is used to add the keys. Whereas exist method is used to verify whether a key is exist in the dictionary object or not. Then item method is used to retrieve the value from a key, whatever the value currently stored, or update the value of a key. Okay, so whatever the value is currently there, then if you want to update that value, you can use. Then the method key is used to change the name of the key. Okay, so in case by mistake if the person has given a wrong key name, then you can update by using dictionary object dot key. And keys method is used to get the collection of key names, number of keys are there. Items method is used to get collection of all the values, whatever the values are currently stored in dictionary object. Okay, and remove method is used to remove a particular key of a dictionary object. So when it removes the key, you don't need to remove the value from it. It will automatically remove. Okay, whatever the value associated for that. Then remove all means all the keys will be removed. Then count means it will just count how many keys are there. These are the methods that we have discussed. You got it right? This, and remember one thing, this dictionary object is called as an associated array. The other name of dictionary object is, we call it as an associated array. That means values will be associated to keys. That's okay. Well, so now let us do one thing. Let me take a scenario, or let me take one example. here. Let's take this. Just take some companies like this, that's it. Fine. So I'm just listed out some, assume that that's a string that I have got. In that I want to eliminate the duplicate names. Whatever are duplicated there, I want to eliminate the duplicates. How do we do that? Forget about dictionary object for a while. Just think of the logic. How do we do that? No direct method we don't have. For sure, logic should be written. Forget about VB script also. Assume you are using certain language, maybe Java, C# or VB script, JavaScript, any language, no problem. But any language use same logic. Methods are different, but logic will be same everywhere. So just think only about the logic. Anyone? First, okay, that's one. That's a start point, okay. Next. Compare each and every, but against what we need to compare. Comparing is right, but against what is the question? Always when you compare. We store it in an array after split.
Comparing one A of 0 to A of 1.
No. When you say A of 0 to A of 1, this is 1 and this will compare. But next, this and this, no. But how do you compare this and this in that case? When you're comparing only first and second and third, then it's not like, next to next they are coming, right? When the, with all the values. But that's very long process. It takes a lot of time. No mid. No mid. Mid is not required. Or probably take. Okay. No. How do you expected is nothing but each and word is expected. I want to check, right? Each and every word should not be repeated. So that expected will be keep changing in this algorithm. If it is That's what the question is. How can we check if it is repeated more than one? And if it is repeated more than one, we have to eliminate. So if you can get that, if it is repeated, then our job is done. Yeah? More answers. This is an interview question actually. You just think, I mean, not mandatory that you have to write now because you guys are just beginning. Any?
Explain all the words, taking all the words and separate and comparing.
But if you have 1,000 words, maybe I can't take all those variables, right? Let's see, I'll write step by step. Let me know if you're not able to understand. What I'm doing? That's the first step that we want to do. I'm just initiating a new variable, or it's not mandated to initiate, just to understand, the variables which we are using. What I'm doing? So I'm looping through first to last. I'm getting one by one word, right? What I'm doing there. Okay. If the retrieved word is not there in new str, how can you say not there? If instr returns 0, then the word is not found in the main string. New str is a main string here, and my word is a word that I'm getting. So if the word is not there in new str, right? That's what that condition statement means for. Okay, if instr 0 means if it is not there. What I am doing, in case if the my word is not there in new str, then append that my word to new str. If the my word is there in new str, then don't add it. Now let's see whether that logic works or not. Duplicates are eliminated, right? Okay, so let's understand that logic. I think you know till the loop, right? 0 to u bound and getting one by one. The only thing you need to know is this condition statement, right? Okay. So what is the first time for first one? What is the newest year for first time? Empty. Take this. Just I'm taking to above. New str, first time it is empty. When I value is 0. When I value is 0, new str is empty. Then what is the my word? HP is a my word. If instr of empty comma HP, then what it will return? You know what it returns? 0. A value inside a I'm sorry, a value inside an empty value, then obviously HP is not there in empty, right? It returns 0. Okay. Then when you give 0, this condition satisfies, it's 0, right? Then what it does? New str equals to got what I'm saying now? That's what happens for first iteration, that is. Next, what will be the I value? 1. What will be there in new str? What is there in new str now? HP. Now what is there in my word? IBM, second one. Then HP, and here IBM. So it's not there. The newest year IBM is not found. It will be IBM. Then what is there in newest year? IBM. What's the I value will be 2. So it is Infosys. So it's Infosys is not there in the new STR. So what it does, Infosys, right? Next, I get here, I get, and here this. Now still it is 0. Then you can say it will become as I get. So unique one by one it will get. Accenture is not there here, so it will append that. Then now assume Accenture also. Let us take Accenture as well. Okay, so and this time it is Accenture. Then use Accenture, then use Accenture, then it will be Accenture, then this it will be Accenture. Got what I'm saying? Next, what's this one? My newest year is this. I value is 4 or 5. Then what is my word now? IBM. Now it is IBM. IBM. Now what is the return value? Is it 0? IBM is already there, right, in the new STR. So it will not return 0. It returns some value this time. Instead of 0, it says 3, 4. It is 2, 3. It should return 4. IBM is there. So when I is not, it's not 0. Then what we are doing? We are not appending this. So since IBM is there already in new str, don't append this IBM to new str. It will skip. Similarly, whenever it gets the word, whatever the word is already repeated once, if the word comes for first time, then that will not be there in new str. So it will append. If the word has come second time, then the first time it's already appended to new str, right? Second time it will find in new str. So when it finds in new str, then what happens? It will skip from appending. This is how generally we eliminate the duplicates. It's very, very simple. How can you check whether the word is already repeated or not? You can just write this logic. Even to find all the duplicates and all, right? Any word is duplicated, the same logic can be used. Create a new string, then keep appending every word, whatever the word you are retrieving, to new string. But before you appending, check if the word is already appended. How can you check in that new str? If the new word, whatever we have taken, if that word is already there in new str, that means the word was already appended to that. Logic is simple, but only thing is we just have to think in that way. Okay, so this is what eliminating the duplicate. Okay, same thing now, either other way, how can we do that? By using dictionary object. By using a dictionary object, how can we use it? Same logic, but a simple change here. Simple change. New str remains empty. I mean, we have to use that. Set disk equals to create object scripting dot dictionary. I'm creating a dictionary object. Then what should I do with the dictionary object in this logic? I'm getting this word, right? I will treat this each word as a key. I will treat each word as a key. If that key is exist in the dictionary object, the word is repeated. In case if the key doesn't exist, add that key. Ifodisk dot exist of my word,odisk dot exist of my word equal to true, then don't add it. I'll just display the duplicate word here. Elseodisk dot add my word as a key, and you can give just empty value, because the value can be anything, no problem, but each word will be treated as a key here. What happens? First time no keys are there in the dictionary object, right? Then once I add all the keys like this, all keys equals to, what is that keys does? It will retrieve the collection of keys. As an array. What that join function does? It will join the values in an array as a single string. Now what are their keys are unique, right, this time, because before I am adding a key, a new key to the dictionary object, first I am checking if that key is already added. If the key is added, then don't add that key first before I add it. So first time no key is there, so first key will be added. Second time, see if the key is there. Then if it is not added already, then it will add that key. Then third key, fourth key, like this. So now first time HP has come from first time, right? Then it will add that key. But when it comes to here, then IBM is one of the word, right? Unique one. Then IBM is already added here. First time it will add, but second time as soon as it finds IBM here, exist will return exist will return true for this IBM, because this has come already once. So first one, whatever is selected, for that it will return as false. So it will add that key. But when it comes to here, second time as soon as it repeated, since the in the first occurrence that key was already added, second occurrence it will automatically find. Right? So then it will add only the unique keys. Then once all the keys are added, I am getting the collection of all the keys. Then since keys will return the values into an array, I am joining that array values into a string. This is another logic. How can we eliminate the duplicate words by using dictionary object? Simple. Just split is right. We have to get the collection of words. Then only we can check the duplicates. You have to go with individual words. Loop through first word to last word. Then get one by one. Quite common. This is quite common. You don't need to think anything about this. Then next what you need to do is how I can check the word whatever I am retrieving is repeated or as an unique. You should have certain criteria for it. So this time my criteria is dictionary object. Each word I am retrieving, I am just treating that word as a key. See, the word what I have retrieved, is there in the dictionary object collection or not? Key collection. If the dictionary object key collection is not there, then add it. So same key cannot be added twice. Once that key is already added, if the word is repeated second time, then exist will return as true. That may exist written as true means that key was already repeated once and added to the dictionary object. So it will add only unique keys. Done. Let's see. Eliminate duplicates by dictionary object. Duplicates I am displaying. Duplicate. Accenture. I get. I have not displayed newest here, right? Sorry, down one right. Remote. So this is one of the use of dictionary object. In case if you want to eliminate the duplicates or not, write down an exercise for you today. In an Excel, I have rows and columns, okay? Some values have been placed in each cell. Names, okay? Assume some names have been placed in an Excel. I want to find out what and all the duplicates. All the duplicates should be highlighted with red. All the duplicate names should be highlighted with red font. Not for the first value, then the second time duplicates and all has to be. That is your exercise for today. Okay. We'll stop here today. Tomorrow, what's the next topic? It's regular expressions. Very, very important concept it is. It's not just VB-script concept. Regular expression is not just a VB-script concept. It's all the languages. Regular expressions are quite common. there is a lot of use. When you are doing automation, you must have to use regular expression, no matter what tool you use. You use Selenium, you go with UFT, you go with Test Complete, you go with rational tools, or no matter whatever the tool that you use. You are a developer also, even you are a developer. We have to use regular expressions, okay, or one or other place. I'll tell you one simple example for a regular expression. When you in the system, how do you check all the PDF files? The search, what will you do? Well, you might have done it. When you are searching for images, all those JPEG, assume JPEG file, how do you do that? When you say in the search bar, star.jpg we keep, or .jpg when you keep, what happens? It will search all the JPEG. When you want to search PDF files, you just say star.pdf. Then it will list out all the PDF files within that, right? Then what is meant by that? What we are trying to do there? It's like we are just giving the partial, the criteria. Instead of giving the exact value that has to be searched, then we are giving the partial criteria. Now let us take the Excel sheets. Database. I don't know if you are aware of database queries and all. We use like query. I want to list out all the names which started with A. Then we say A percentage. What does it mean? Okay, so it should start with A, and remaining thing can be anything. That's a regular expression. That means we give the criteria to search. Okay, the pattern, we call it as pattern. When I say, okay, my value will be in this particular pattern, then whatever the values are matching with that pattern, get that. So star.pdf there, what you are giving is a pattern. What you are trying to say there? Get the values which are matching with that particular pattern. That's what you are trying to. Got what I am saying? So this is what the regular expression. Tomorrow we are going to learn how we are going to build those patterns. How do you manage when the string values, or when the words are dynamically changing? Okay, all this how we manage. In the real, where exactly we use there? We use is, sometimes objects will be very dynamic. I mean dynamic in a sense, the properties, values of the objects will be keep changing. Okay, so the best example is take one. Okay, maybe Gmail, or maybe whatever the mailing application you use. Take inbox, right? So inbox, what is the name of the inbox? Sometimes it will be just inbox. How it will be displayed, or when no unread emails are there, it will be just inbox, it will show, right? But when there are certain emails or unread emails are there, it will be inbox of 1, 2, 3 like that. The number, you cannot directly give certain one number there, because we can't say only these many unread mails. Sometimes it will be only 1, sometimes it will be 2, or sometimes 20, 30, maybe 1,000 unread emails also may be there, right? So in such cases, but I have to give that. But instead of saying that one inbox of 1 or inbox of 2, I'll say inbox is constant there, but number will be keep changing. So instead of giving 1 or 2 there, I will just give the pattern. Okay, inbox of some number, or just inbox, or inbox with some number, anything. I will give the conditions there, this or this, or this, and in this format. Like this we give the patterns. That's what the regular expressions mean for. This, one of the key thing which we must have to utilize in the automation. Regular expressions is one of the key factor or key concept where we must be expertise and we must have to utilize. Without using the regular expressions and all, I don't think so any automation is successful in a step. Because when you are automating the applications, you will get plenty of the objects like this. Some of the objects will be constant, some of the objects will be keep changing. I mean, object will be there, the content of the object will be keep changing. So we need to identify the object based on its content. Since that content is dynamic, then you can't give the constant value there. You can't say this is the value. Now another example I will tell you. Probably sometimes what happens is your last logged in time. so and so time will be displayed. But can you say this is the constant time, that only this is the time? No, during the runtime that will be keep changing. Today when I log in, it will show some time, tomorrow it will show some other time. So content is keep updating there, but it will be displayed in one format, maybe date and time format it will be displayed. So I will write that pattern. I'll say get the text which is displayed in this format, then it will fetch it. So like this, those are just the small examples. Tomorrow we are going to see many more with that. But why I'm saying now, because don't miss it, because that's a key thing. Okay.